Okay, so the interaction that I chose to focus on was between Odysseus and the prophet Tiresias that he encountered on Hades Island, or the land of the dead. And this encounter occurs in book 11 from lines 100 to 150. Following the instructions from Circe, he must speak with the prophet from Thebes. And Tiresias basically tells him that Poseidon is angry with him for blinding his son, the Cyclops, on one of his journeys, and that Poseidon has been the source of one of his many struggles on his journey home. Tiresias says that they can make it home, but they must use extreme caution. They cannot, under any circumstances, kill Helios' cattle, no matter what, and if they do, they will die. Tiresias then warns Odysseus that he will eventually return home, only to find his house is in chaos and his wife is miserable, that suitors have completely taken over, and he must kill all of them inside of his hall with sharp bronze weapons. From there, the prophet also speaks of another quest that Odysseus must complete. He says that he must sail until he finds a race of men who don't know anything about the sea. And at that place, Odysseus must make sacrifices to Poseidon. If he follows these instructions, Odysseus can live out his life and die in peace. And then he has to do all of this before Odysseus can talk to his mother or any of the other souls that approach him in the land of the dead, because the blood that Odysseus is protecting allows him to speak with the dead very briefly. And then I chose this interaction because I think it reveals the reasons why Odysseus was left dealing with so many trials that he had encountered this far, and also reveals like the future of his fate. Now that he knows he will eventually get home, I think that it'll force Odysseus to use a lot more caution in his journey, and it's dependent on him listening to the instructions very clearly. I think that Odysseus knowing the truth of his prophecy will give him like more hope to get home, and it also touches on themes of Odysseus's own morality, because it is his fault that a lot of his men are dead. His taunting of the Cyclops puts Poseidon on his back, which left many of his men dead. He learns that he cannot be boastful like he was. He is very tactful and smart, but he must use his intelligence to his full advantage if he wants to get home.